wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant, I don't even...
Hey y'all, how we doing? Welcome to episode 55 of the Fourth Down Forum podcast. And I know y'all are going to be like, yo, D, something's a little off. What could it be? Could it be... No, it couldn't be that. Oh, it's the fact that I'm rocking basketball gear instead of football gear. We got basketball stuff mixed in with the football stuff in the background. Welcome to an NBA edition of the Fourth Down Forum podcast. Now, I know I was busy with the football and stuff. You know, Super Bowl just ended. We're going to be covering a lot more basketball, and this is going to be your NBA trade deadline and also your NBA All-Star game. So this might be a little bit of a longer episode, might be a short episode, but I got about 2.5 pages worth of notes here. And let's start off with my Lakers, right? So trade deadline comes and passes, and this is arguably the craziest trade deadline we have had in NBA history. So we start off with a bang. The Lakers and the Mavericks come to terms on a trade, right? So the Dallas Mavericks traded Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris for AD, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. Right. Nothing seems crazy about that, except there's a part I forgot to mention. There was another player on the Mavericks end that was traded to my Los Angeles Lakers, and that was none other than Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic, the man who took y'all to the NBA Finals not even a year ago or a year and a half ago. The man who wanted to stay in Dallas. The man who is supposed to have a statue outside of the Mavericks arena. To quote a Key and Peele sketch, you done messed up, Aaron. Now, I'm happy that the Lakers got Luka. You know, him, LeBron, Reeves. Love to see it. And actually, at the time of this recording, Luka Doncic is expected to make his NBA debut today. So we'll see how that plays out. There was another trade, or so we thought, that would have sent us, and give me a second, because obviously, love basketball, don't got no beef with basketball. It is my second favorite sport, so I'm man enough to admit I'm not as well versed. I'm knowledgeable. I know a lot, but football here, basketball probably about But anyways, we were supposed to trade the Charlotte Hornets Dalton Connect, Cam Reddish, 2031 unprotected first, and a pick swap for Mark Williams. That trade was rescinded because the Hornets weren't telling us some information. Them damn dirty dogs. And because of that, to quote one of my favorite social media influencers, you know, y'all are probably familiar with him if y'all are active on social media. Clifford, the guy who does the Lakers Need a Center content. We still need a center. I mean, is Jackson Hayes the answer? Maybe. But enough about the Lakers. Let's get into some other stuff. The Warriors made a move. They traded Jimmy Butler, which Jimmy Butler, he's well on his way to a Dennis Schroeder and Shaq-like feat, and that is completing the NBA rainbow. 1 second, y'all. And no, I don't got a sponsor with them yet. You would think, but nah. The Warriors traded Jimmy Butler. They gave up Wiggins. They gave up Schroeder originally, but he got traded to like 4 different teams. Kyle Anderson, and a first. Now, Jimmy Butler, when the Warriors with Steph Curry, Draymond Green, that's going to be entertaining. We'll see how long until Jimmy Butler's like, I don't want to be here no more. Because that seems to be his shtick, right? The Milwaukee Bucks traded Chris Middleton, which this was a dumb move in my opinion, but it happens. Not the dumbest move. I still think the dumbest move from the NBA trade deadline was the Mavericks giving us Luka for Anthony Davis. But I digress. They traded Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson for Kyle Kuzma, Patrick Baldwin, and a second. Now let's talk about the Sacramento Kings, right? The Kings traded De'Aaron Fox to the Spurs. The Bulls went to Zach LaVine went to the Kings in this trade. So that's interesting. LaVine is now a Sacramento King. De'Aaron Fox is now a Spur. Brandon Ingram, former Los Angeles Laker, former New Orleans Pelicans, small forward, has been traded to the Raptors. And I believe that's all I really have for the notable trade deadline. I'm trying to see if there's anyone that I missed. I picked out, because, if I try to cover, obviously there were more trades, but if I try to cover every NBA trade deadline, we'd be here for hours. Let's talk about the NBA All-Star Game. The All-Star Game is something I look forward to every year. I already got beef with it, though, and here's why. Why are we taking away the East versus West format again? So, for those of you who are familiar with Inside the NBA, three of the guys, Shaq, I believe Kenny, and I believe, if it wasn't Barkley, it was the other gentleman whose name eludes me at the moment. Forgive me. They all drafted teams. There's going to be a fourth team. Whoever wins the Rising Stars, portion of All-Star Weekend will be the fourth team. They're going to play in a round-robin tournament. Bring back East versus West for the All-Star Game and keep it that way. Yes, sure. And I'm probably showing my age here, But the East versus West format was a lot better. Yes, it was entertaining when we had guys like Giannis, LeBron drafting teams. The East versus West format is the best format. Anyways, West starters who were voted in: Steph Curry of the Warriors, SGA of the Thunder, Kevin Durant of the Phoenix Suns, LeBron James of the Los Angeles Lakers, and Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets. Your East starters. Originally, it was supposed to be Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he has been replaced by Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks does not really move me. He's a great basketball player, but Giannis is a tier above him, if we're being honest. Spider, Donovan Mitchell was selected of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns, so Cat, he's there as well. And the only reason I say that, Cat's a good player, actually. I believe, isn't he also one? See, this is what happens when we don't do a podcast for basketball for 3 months. Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics is also there. Your West reserves: Anthony Davis of the Dallas Mavericks. But he's probably not going to play, unfortunately, because in his Dallas Mavericks debut, he got injured. So, they're probably saying AD stands for always doubtful. But hopefully, no, all jokes aside, I do hope he comes back. Wish him a speedy recovery. The beer, James Harden's in it, of the Clippers. Victor Wembanyama of the San Antonio Spurs. Alperen Sengun, I probably butchered his name, and for that I do apologize. Jaren Jackson Jr. is also there. And then the East reserves. We got Jaylen Brown, Pascal Siakam, Darius Garland, Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, Dame Lillard, and Tyler Hero. Now, we'll see what happens with how these teams have been drafted. I don't have that breakdown, unfortunately. But, you know, there's going to be one team that those three guys drafted, the Rising Star team. Personally, if I had to make a prediction, it's either going to be whatever team LeBron's one ends up winning. Does that sound biased? Probably a little bit, but that's going to be my prediction for that. The NBA three-point contest. Your participants: Malik Beasley, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton, Damian Lillard, Laurie Markkanen, Donovan Mitchell, Karl Anthony Towns, and it looks like Trae Young. If I had to pull from this list who I think's going to win the three-point contest, I'm going to go Donovan Mitchell, just on a limb. Then we get into the dunk contest, where you have Stephen Castille of the Spurs, Andre Jackson of the Bucks, Matt McClung, who is the defending champ, I believe, if I did my research correctly, and Matej Berzer of the Bulls. And I probably butchered that name as well. I do apologize. I'm going to say the defending champ defends it again, and McClung takes home the dunk contest. These are just predictions. That doesn't mean this is going to come true. Now, here's the thing, right? There's also the NBA Celebrity All-Star Game. So you got Team Bonds with 2 Chainz, and you got Team Rice. I forget who his co-captain is there. But on Team Bonds, you got popular streamer Kai Cenat, Baron Davis, Rome Finn, Alicia Gray, Mickey Guyton, Tucker Halperin, Noah Khan, Danny Ramirez, Marcel Russell, Pablo Schreiber, and Dylan Wang. I don't know who half these people are. If you look on Team Rice, you have Matt Barnes, who is a former player. You have WWE women's wrestler Bayley, who, you know, I'm familiar with her because I'm a big WWE guy. Y'all see me cover WWE on the podcast all the time. You got Chris, I don't even know how you pronounce that last name, so I'm not even going to attempt it. You got AJ Dillon or Philin. You got Drewski, which Drewski's probably going to look lost as hell out there like he did when he was doing the celebrity flag football game for the Super Bowl. You got Walker Hay, Shelby McEwen, former NFL player Terrell Owens. You got country music star Shabuzi, which, I don't know. I'm not a big country music guy. I think Shabuzi only really has one hit. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just being a hater. Oliver Starks and Kayla Thornton. So based off of all the information I have in front of me, I do believe that Team Rice is going to win this contest. So, go back over my notes. Covered that, covered the Bucks trade, yep. So, that said, that is pretty much your NBA trade deadline, your NBA All-Star breakdown. Now, what would y'all say? This is going to be a 2-parter question, and then we're going to get into this is going to be question of the pod. What would you say your favorite NBA All-Star memory is? Personally, mine recently is when Kobe and LeBron had, that one final standoff in the All-Star game. And then what would you say the most shocking trade in NBA history would be for y'all? Because I've seen a lot of shocking trades. Hell, the AD one that got us AD originally was pretty shocking. We gave up a haul to get that, but that ended up turning into Luka Doncic. So we'll see how that plays out. And I know there's questions about, can the Lakers win right now, the center, Jackson Hayes, he's going to have to step up because you got guys like Jokic, a lot of other bigs. I know the Lakers fans, myself included, have been trying to recruit bigs. Dwight's out there. If I had to realistically take a guess, Mo Bamba might be getting a second stint with us because I believe we can only sign him at the mid-level exception. So we'll see if there's anything else Rob Pelinka has in store. But yeah, I am excited to announce the Fourth Down Forum brand officially has another sponsor. We are now partnered with Planet Euphoria, who does really amazing designs on hand-drawn graphic t-shirts. So, it's not going to be like just a logo printed like so, but it's going to be hand-drawn. I've been checking the website, next time I get a little bit of income, probably going to be ordering the Lakers Luka Doncic t-shirt and then a Gunnar Henderson for my Baltimore Orioles. But they got great merch, like I said, the Eagles just won the Super Bowl. They got Devontae Smith and AJ Brown merch. They have NBA, they got WWE. So I would definitely recommend taking a look at them. I'm actually going to I'm going to put their link down in down in the comment section. You use my code 4th Down Forum, you actually get 20% off on your whole entire order. So that's really interesting. And, like I said, when I started this back up, my goal is, get sponsors, make money, entertain y'all, obviously. My main goal with this channel, I have one big goal. Besides, growing the channel, talking about sports, that's just something I enjoy doing. I want a YouTube plaque. I believe I need to get 10,000 subscribers to get to that. So I am going to grind. I am going to keep pushing content. Speaking of which, what's coming up on the channel, y'all? NBA is not going to be, we do an episode every, day because there's 82 games. Baseball. I didn't get to cover baseball when the World Series was going on. We will be covering bits and pieces about baseball. NBA opening day. Sorry about that, y'all. MLB opening day. I will do an episode for that. I will do an episode for the World Series for 2025, like later in October. We will put one of those out. We will probably put an All-Star game out. Y'all are going to get a lot of wrestling content because that's, something I keep up with in the off season of football. Football has dwindled down. Like I said, the Super Bowl's ended. So that doesn't mean y'all won't be getting NBA content though, because the NFL Combine, I'm debating if I want to, that may have already started though. So we might not cover the Combine. Like I said, me and Michael, y'all have seen him on the channel before. We are working very diligently on the first mock draft of the Fourth Down Forum podcast. Free agent frenzy, when players go to different teams, things like that. You'll get an episode for that. NBA, I will probably also do a free agent frenzy edition in July. Obviously, this is y'all's NBA All-Star trade deadline episodes, so y'all are getting more basketball content. Player profiles, that is not something we are shying away from. Hold me to this because I kept saying I was going to do this, but I wanted to have a significant meaning. So the Kobe Bryant player episode profile, unfortunately, has been pushed back again. But we're going to push it to August 24th will be the day I drop that podcast. Other than that, NFL, like I said, free agency, Hall of Fame. When the Hall of Fame comes, because usually every August I do a Hall of Fame episode. By the way, Terrell Suggs was snubbed. I'm putting that out there right now. But other than that, y'all, this has been episode 55 of the Fourth Down Forum podcast. Much love. I do want to remind y'all that once we get to 500 subscribers, I am doing the second giveaway on the channel. It's going to be either a mini NFL helmet or a mini college football helmet of the winner's choosing. So once we get to 500 subs, I will put out the information for that. I'm thinking about when do I want to drop this episode. You know, I would like to let the Super Bowl episode marinate a little bit. Then we're going to drop this one. But yeah, other than that, much love, appreciate it. And I will see y'all back here for episode 56.
You're waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces.